Lebanon, which has witnessed the most violent Israeli assault in decades. For a second day, Israel has been targeting areas in the south and east, killing 558 people in Lebanon, including 50 children in the past 24 hours. These are pictures from southern Lebanon, filmed within the last couple of hours. The Israeli military says it's carried out hundreds of attacks on Monday, most of them in southern Lebanon, but they have also expanded into the east. Well, we are getting breaking news coming to us in the latest newswire saying that Israeli airstrikes have taken place in Beirut. Let's go straight to Dorsa Jabbari. Dorsa, you're in Lebanon's capital, Beirut. What more can you tell us, if anything, about these reports that we are now getting that there's been a strike on the southern part of Beirut?
Yes, we've been filming in this temporary makeshift shelter. It is a school where we are, where we were filming when we heard a sudden panic of people running around and shouting. And that was when we understood there was an attack in Dahia. Now, the location of this attack, we understand, is the neighborhood of Ghobeiri within the southern suburb of Dahia, and that is about 4 kilometers from where I'm standing. What we saw was there was 3 ambulances parked here, and they immediately the drivers got in and they immediately left the scene where we are right now to go to Dahia, near where we are, to attend to any of the possible victims of this attack. Now, this airstrike comes at a very tense time in Lebanon, and specifically the capital, Beirut. Just yesterday in the afternoon, there was another airstrike by Israel in the southern suburb of Beirut, reportedly targeting a high-ranking member of Hezbollah. Now, Dahia is an area that is heavily populated. It's also seen a mass exodus of people. And where I am right now is a school that's been turned into a temporary shelter. This is one of the 150 schools across Lebanon that is opened up as shelters to take in the people that have been displaced.
Right, Dorsa, just going back to the latest lines that we're getting on the news wires about that attack in southern Beirut. So apparently this is what we're hearing again from the Israeli military, that this latest airstrike in Beirut was targeting a Hezbollah commander, similar to what you were saying happened yesterday. Just remind us a bit more about this neighborhood you're talking about. As you say, very, very heavily populated. So even when the Israelis say it's a targeted airstrike, there always is a lot of civilian casualties, aren't there?
Absolutely, and there was another strike on Friday in Dahia where we saw Israeli airstrikes targeting 2 buildings next to each other, and they targeted a meeting that was being held reportedly by the Hezbollah special unit known as the Radwan unit, and there was a very high-ranking Hezbollah leader who was killed in that strike, Ibrahim Akil. That strike killed 16 members of Hezbollah, but it also killed a number of other civilians who were in those buildings. The total death toll from Friday's attack was 52 people. There was a daycare in that building as well, so a number of children died, and they're still going through the rubble from that attack on Friday. The attack yesterday, apparently, according to reports from Israel, they were targeting another high-ranking Hezbollah commander, but the assassination was not successful. So today, what we are hearing now, this attack, could be another attempt to target high-ranking Hezbollah members. Now, Dahia, a heavily populated home to about 700,000 people. These buildings that we see, there are 7-story buildings all around this neighborhood, and the civilian population is now caught in the middle. We've spoken to people here at this shelter who fled Dahia, and they are now seeking shelter here in other parts of the capital. So it gives you an idea how dangerous the situation is, because they told me they don't feel safe in their own neighborhoods anymore. There's been a mass exodus of the people of Dahia. And this attack is yet another reminder of why they don't feel safe in their own homes.
OK, for now, we're going to leave it there. Dorsa, Jabbari, they're at the displacement centre in Beirut. And just to remind you again of that breaking news that is coming through to us, the Israeli army confirming that they have carried out an airstrike in Beirut, in southern Beirut. As soon as we have any more information on that, we will, of course, bring it to you.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get latest news from Al Jazeera.